Adjustable comb or non-adjustable comb? Which one would you automatically think you would go for? Welcome back to the shooting channel and welcome back to this film. We've come inside and I've got 4 or 5 different guns. I've got a Beretta, I've got a Browning, I've got a Blaser, I've got a Yieldits Pro, I've got a Fausti XF4, got adjustable combs and I've got non-adjustable combs. Don't think to yourself, I need an adjustable comb. This is the reason why I say the biggest thing you need to do is don't buy a gun from a gun shop. Go to your local shooting school, book yourself a couple of hours lesson and go out and try those guns within the lesson. Because a couple of customers out last week and we fitted 2 guns to them. I took them out and I made sure they shot that incomer and that gun fitted them correctly. One of them went away with a non-adjustable gun, one of them went away with an adjustable gun. The most important thing that you are going to be thinking about is that your head is on that rib and your eyes are parallel with that rib. Take your pound coin and you put the pound coin on top of that rib and you need to be able to see over the top of that rib. Now there are some guns, and this depends on how big your cheekbones are, how long your neck is. There's a lot of variance to being what gun will fit you. If I've got a really tall person and quite a big stocky person, they're going to fit quite a bigger comb. And the most important thing is for this to fit and your eye to be over the top of that rib. If I've got a slightly chunkier lady or gentleman, something with a little bit flat in the comb, a slightly thinner stock will fit that person a lot better. And this is why I wanted to do this film, to show you the difference in these guns. And I'm going to take the adjustable comb Yieldits. If you look here, it's a bigger pistol grip, it's bigger here altogether. I'm going to be honest, the adjustable comb guns generally will come, if you put this down, it will generally become slightly lower in the comb to start with. This is so when you push this up, you can get a lot more height in that comb here. The Blaser F16, I tend to like these, a lot of ladies like these because they recoil less, there's more adjustable here, and they've got a little bit more flexibility here. And then I've got the 525 and the Silver Pigeon. I've got the ordinary ones. Now again, don't knock away the ordinary ones because a lot of them, again, just remember what you're trying to do is to see your eye above that rib. This is the bit that you need to look at. This is the bit that I felt was very, very interesting when I was doing that lesson. Is if I also take the Browning adjustable comb and I take that off and it will show you the difference. So the customer that I was specifically with, he needed something that moved the comb right over. And that is exactly what I was doing in this lesson, is to moving the combs across to getting his eye over the top of that rib. And with the best in the world, that is what you're trying to achieve. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the adjustable comb guns on the table there. And again, if you can see, they are all start off, some of them are higher, some of them are not. And the reason why the Brownings generally are slightly different is because when they're built in the factory in Japan, in the Maruku factory, they are these bits in here are finished off by hand. And obviously if they try and get them exactly the same, but they might be slightly different. So this is where we line them up along there and you get what you call a measuring tool. And you can actually measure exactly the height. The Browning adjustable comb compared to the flat rib ones is slightly lower. and the yield it is slightly higher. So this is where within that lesson, and what I tend to do is take people out with the 4 guns, 5 guns, and take people out on an incomer to start with, and make sure that that gun fits you to start with off the shelf. And then you can use the adjustable comb to make it better for you. The Yield It Pro starts at about £1,600. The Blaser obviously starts at about 3-ish. So you've got 2 completely different guns. A lot of ladies do tend to like these 2 guns because they're not as heavy, and the stock dimensions are a little bit thinner there. So if a lady's got slightly sharper cheekbones, that cheekbone, that will fit there into that angle. Like that. And I'm going to be completely honest, I will use my wife as an example. And I'm going to use this lady that I had for a lesson. They liked these 2. Not everyone can afford to go to the Blaser F16, but this is why the Blaser F16 and the Yield It Pro are a good all-round gun for ladies, for people with slightly sort of cheekbones that you don't want to really get caught in there. And then I've got the 525 laminate, which again is slightly sharper there, slightly taller there, but obviously the adjustable one is a little bit lower than the ordinary one. And I've got the Yield It Pro, which again has got a bigger stock like the Browning, but it's even bigger than the Browning. If you look here and you look at the pistol grip, so if you've got somebody that's got really big hands and quite big there, like a rugby player or somebody like that, this Yield It Pro will fit them even better. And then obviously I'm also using, I know you can't particularly get that many of them, but the Fausti XS4, that has got a big stock there as well. I'm also going to look at the ordinary 525 and the ordinary Silver Pigeon. Now again, they are slightly taller to start with, especially the 525. So if I measure them here, so the 525 is slightly taller there, but they're 2 very, very, very good guns to start off with if you want something without an adjustable comb. Because again, they are different here. They're different in the stock. So the Beretta's got a fairly fatter comb there, and the Browning's got a little bit thinner comb there. Again, this is where, and I will repeat it, this is where I like to sell a gun to somebody, trying all these little features, and you will know you will get the gun that's right for you. And with the exception of the Blaser, all these guns I've got out here are between £1,500 and £2,000. So they're the bottom end of the good competition stuff. So that is why, don't go out there thinking, I've got to get an adjustable comb, I've got to get this, I've got to get that. Have a look at all of these guns and go and find your shooting school. And if the instructor is a proper instructor and gun fitter, he will look at all these little bits. And just remember what I said at the start of the film. What you are looking for, and this is the only reason why, is you are looking for your eye to be above that rib, straight down that rib. You're not looking at the end of the gun, but your eye is above that rib. So you should be able to put a £1 coin on that rib, and you should be able to see above. And if you see it above, and then once you've got that bit right, the instructor should take you out on a nice easy little incomer, dustbin lid that just sits in the air, and you should be able to smoke that with no problem at all. So comment below, I'd love to hear your thoughts on if you think I'm right or wrong on this particular matter. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget, we will be at the British Shooting Show at the end of the month. We'll be at IWA, and we've got the Shooting Channel Championships at the Oxford Gun Company. So come and have a play and enjoy your shooting. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us to give you content like this. Thank you for watching. Please join the membership for as little as £2.99 a month.